Oh,
Fuck's sake, Viper, man. Thank fuck the fucking intro was up there as you clambered back to your seat. You guys missed that there. He was on the boot in his boxers. But on that note, welcome back to the Scots with Soul podcast, guys. It's the 18th installation. Tonight I have Glasgow Gaming, SMViper, and Stubzx. May he always be with you guys. How are we doing tonight?
Why are you trying to finger Stubzx?
I got it, mate. I got it. I fucking got it in one. Pointed the right directions and everything. A Glasgow, a Viper, a Stubzx.
Yeah.
He's practiced that every night.
Aye, man. Been practicing it and everything. I've been sitting the night when my camera was off when I was talking to you earlier. I've been like,
that's what
Glasgow,
doing, it?
Viper, Stubzx, Viper, Glasgow. Right, let's go. But yes, we'll start with Glasgow. How are you, San, and what have you been up to this week?
I am tired as fuck. I have been from this chair to the toilet, to this chair to my work, to this chair.
Fuck's sake, man.
Sounds like an average week for you then.
Yep. You sleep in that chair?
Oh, I went shopping as well, got the weekly shopping.
Obviously.
The weekly shopping, man. Oh, man. It's like he says he's went to his work to this chair, work to this chair. He forgot about when he went to the chair, to the floor, back to the chair.
That was the Angel's fault, I'd just like to point that out.
Yeah, what's her name now? Sinful Angel, ain't it?
Aye.
She made Glasgow Gaming fall off his chair. The clip is fucking immense, man. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But there she's there. She's in the chat. Welcome back, Angel. How are we doing? SMViper, how are you and what have you been up to this week, son?
I've just been streaming away. I've been I've been on my creative side and I've been making a wallet that looks a bit shite right now. But I've been doing that. Apart from that, just been college, working. I got 2 new guns, which I'm happy about. So
yes, he was playing with them before stream. He'll probably be playing with them again. But on another note, before we go to Stubzx, because you said on a creative note you've been being creative this week, what do we think, guys, of the new IndiScots logo?
Hold on 1 second.
The
Stubzx
peer
is
team
almost in tears.
I know.
It's just because he says creative. The creative is a good branch, man.
All right, let's go.
So what do we think? The peer team got together and Yaldi made this with all our ideas. It's our new logo. We're going to be rolling it out over the next couple of months, and we're going to be getting the sub button and that on the channel as well. So IndiScots is going to be going places. The logo is fucking mint. I really, really like it. But there's a sneak preview on the YouTube channel. It's going to have some words down the bottom, but most of the time it's not going to have the words on it. So there's your wee sneak preview. Stubzx boy, how are
I'm
you?
looking the wrong fucking way.
Well, the only
You
comment
trying to
I've
lick
got
me,
about...
or you trying to lick that?
I don't know, he's trying to lick... He's licking me now.
Look before you lick, boys.
Take my finger.
The only comment I've got about the new logo is, I'm cut out, mate. Where I live is fucking gone.
Aye, the lion ate it, mate. The lion ate it. The lion ate it.
Aye, he fucking cut me
This
out.
is our way of cutting you out, IndiScots, mate.
That's pretty much.
This is how we break the news.
It's called foreshadowing, Stubzx. Foreshadowing.
Aye, I see how it is. I've just read Mark's down.
But on that note,
I've just been bullying some kids. That's all I've been doing.
Give some context. Give some context before we get banned, please.
I've been pushing kids in trash cans. I've been putting them in lockers, flushing them down the toilet, giving them wee wedgies, beating the shit out of them, punching a cop now and again.
When did they let bully actually be called bully? Because when I first played bully, it was called Canis Canem Edit. Yeah. When
they
change?
re-released it.
That was weird because we called it Bulworth Academy.
Oh, you called it Bulworth?
It seems to be like a city thing then, because in my school we called it Bulworth Academy.
The game was actually called Canis Canem Edit. See where it says bully on the wee bit? It said Canis Canem Edit on that before. That was the actual name of the game because they couldn't release it in Britain with the name Bully. I don't know if it was just Britain.
I think it might be more of a fact of like it's just everyone called it Bully, therefore we went fuck it, let's call it Bully.
I think it was because like the government will allow it at first, but then when they re-released it, they thought, well, calling it bully's not going to make a fucking difference.
Mm-hmm. Because your game's already out, you're just remastering it. So.
Every cunt calls it bully anyway, so who gives a shit?
I just read Jaldi's comment. We're all sorry for the 40 people in Stornoway.
18,000, I will have you know, mate.
See, the thing is, right, is that Stubbs is in a long distance relationship, not by choice, it's because every other woman on the island is his cousin.
Well, I had to make sure that I wasn't related to them, right? That's the only way to make sure.
That's a genuine problem you have, though.
So it's
Yeah,
not because you like Sierra, and it's not because she's special. It's just because you didn't want to inbreed. Is that it?
I just want to point out she is gorgeous and she's brilliant. She's amazing in every fucking way.
She is.
And she's definitely not related to me. Have you seen this skin?
She's definitely not
this?
related to me.
There's no way we're related. I'm fucking whiter than the sun, man. Take a piece of paper next to me, it looks the exact same. But there's a couple stories I could tell about accidental fourth, fifth cousin relationships up here, but I'll keep that for another time. Like, instead of
No, you've started now.
Feel free. Just you know what I mean. Just tell stories. Tell stories. We're off on it.
There will be no names, but there is a couple.
There's a guy
No
that lives
comment.
on the island of Skye, isn't there? There's a guy that lives on the island of Skye that's got a full leopard, like he's tattooed from head to body with a leopard tattoo,
yeah.
isn't there? And he pure thinks he's a leopard, man. He's pure get false teeth with big fucking fangs now. I don't know why that came to my head. Betty Stubbs is like the legend of Bigfoot, innit? That's where the Bigfoot legend comes from, man. Stubbs.
Pretty much, No, I'm from the land of the witches, mate.
The
That's
thing
where
is,
I'm from.
right, the Church of Stubbs is a real thing, and it's called Stornoway.
Yeah. See, I'm actually where I'm from is known as the land of the witches.
Is it actually?
Far Cry 5 was
Costa.
based on Stubbs' upbringing.
Very similar, right? Everywhere's closed on Sundays still. There's the church basically runs the place. It's very similar now. I think about it. I see
You
where
go
you're
back
coming
in
from.
time when you go to Stubbs, go to Isla Lewis, Papa.
Pretty much, like people are like, "Oh, let me just go fill up the car on Sunday and I'll get a few cans of brew." Wait, what the fuck do you mean I can't go get petrol and get a few cans of brew?
That's
Not
ridiculous,
everyone's-
ain't it, man?
Your only choice on Sunday is to go to church, mate. That's it. You go
Does
to
it-
church on Sunday.
Does the
Listen,
Church
you-
of Iron
you
Brew?
wait.
No, mate. I'm still to open that one.
I mean, like,
Stubbs-
I'd
sorry.
be much more willing to believe in Jesus if he could turn water to iron brew. Do you know what I mean?
I'd be fucking well up for that then, mate.
Imagine if
Well,
Jesus
here I am.
actually from like
That's what fucking Bars does, doesn't it? That's what Bar done, didn't it? They were like, we are better than Jesus. We turn water to iron brew.
That's what. No,
Fuck your
that's
right.
what bars need to do. They just need to turn the entire Clyde into iron brew.
was Jesus from Jerusalem?
Oh.
Was Jesus from here? Jesus was from fucking Ullapool.
Why the fuck would he be from Ullapool? Of all places.
Because it has to be some obscure as fuck place. He was
Mate,
born in a
that's where I get
fucking.
the berry
He wasn't born in a fucking barn. He was born in a barn. But the reason he was born in a barn is because the barn had been converted to a hospital because that's all the Ullapool community could afford.
Right, let's not take the piss out of Ullapool, right? They're more advanced than where I live,
See,
right?
talking about gods. I've been playing God of War this week, right? And I'm going to play the older God of War games 1, 2, and 3, and then go back into New Game Plus. But what I would love to see how like Kratos he's going through the Norwegian pantheon, the Norse pantheon. I'd love to see him go through every pantheon of gods. Do you know what I mean? Like, but they couldn't do the.
Kratos versus Vishnu.
But can you imagine like Kratos versus like Muhammad? How much that would make people go up in arms? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like
we would.
That would cause a war.
Aye, Kratos versus Jesus. These are things they can't do, right? I understand that, right? But like,
Did you not see the South Park episode? It would literally cause a war.
aye, exactly. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
mate,
Like,
fuck
You'd
it.
just be fighting a
Well, already,
censorship bar. Well, I suppose I.
but how good would games like that be? Do you know what I mean? Kratos just kills all gods, and Kratos becomes the one and only god, and you have to bow down to Kratos because he killed everybody else.
I mean, thinking
What
about it. and
Kratos versus Stubbs.
Kratos versus Stubbs.
Fucking money.
But this is what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? That could be an easy DLC. Do you know what I mean? Kratos versus Stubbs.
Guys,
Do you know what I mean?
Comic Con 2019. We need to find a Kratos cosplayer and put Stubbs up next to him.
Kratos v
I-
Stubbs.
to be fair, like Kratos versus Buddha, I'd feel kind of bad for.
Yeah,
Buddha,
Buddha wouldn't want to fight.
Buddha would just be like, "Okay, Kratos, I will leave.
I would just
Did
leave.
not need to fight."
In case we get the one god that maybe have a chance against Kratos. Do you know what I mean? But
Well, if he sits on
especially-
him, maybe.
especially in his older age, especially in Kratos' older age, he's still angry, but his anger's not misplaced anymore in the new
He's the
game.
god of war. Of course, he's fucking angry.
Aye, but it's no misplaced anymore. Do you know what I mean?
We'll
He's-
put it this way: God of War 1, civilians are your health.
Yes, civilians are health. Yeah,
He killed his own dad
aye, because I'm playing God
and
of
his
War 1
brother
right
and fucking
now,
everyone.
and civilians are health, and you're fighting a Hydra right at the start of God of War 1, and you kill the Hydra, and all you hear from inside it is help, 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 and you get inside the Hydra, and there's a guy holding onto the throat, and he's got the key you need. So rather than pull him up, Kratos just like, I only need the key, I don't need you. Just fucking kills the guy. And it brings me back to like what you were saying, Viper, in my stream the other day. Do you remember when he says, I've killed people, some deserved it, some didn't. Playing God of War 1, you're like, aye, all these people did not deserve to die. Just all these countless people just dying, man.
I mean, if you were the God of War, would you give a shit either?
Thing is, Kratos knows he's going to hell.
I mean, he's
Kratos
already been
full
there.
on knows he's going to
He
the
just
underworld.
climbs out it.
He's been.
He just
I
climbs
just
out.
climbed out of it.
Well, there's the next question. Is Kratos then immortal?
I think so.
Aye.
He's aging, but
See,
what I really want to see, right? I want to see a crossover with God of War and like Marvel. I want to see Kratos go against
Thanos
like
versus Kratos.
Thanos. I have a Thanos
Mate,
to just be
aye.
sitting there.
Done.
Bye bye.
Kratos kills every cunt.
Thanos
Do you know
is-
what I mean? Kratos take
Or-
on every cunt at the one time. Let's go.
I mean,
Do
maybe,
you know what I mean?
maybe I'm just a big fan, right? But I want to see Kratos versus Deadpool.
Mate, that would be a good fight.
And Thanos
It's like-
versus
that
Deadpool. Just
would
imagine
go
that.
for the
Thanos
ages, mate.
snaps, Deadpool disappears, and then reappears, and he's like, "Ha, fuck you!"
He just
Impaled.
Who's this guy? He just brings out two swords, and he just starts fighting them, and he's like X B R2 X L2 X, and then when he gets pinned down, restart.
Yeah, I don't know if you could beat Deadpool even as Kratos. That'd be a perfect fight.
Aye,
Either that or
Deadpool's. He's
just
written
stop
in the
fighting and
comic
go, "I
books
fucking
to
love
be
you."
the indestructible character, though, ain't it? Because it's the Deadpool.
He can
He
be
takes
blown
genes
up
for
by-
everybody, didn't he? And it's a Deadpool. It's a pool of all the genes that can kill all the other ones if it needs to. That's where the name
But
comes from, ain't it?
He can
Deadpool.
literally get blown up
Well,
into
in the
little
movie,
pieces
apparently,
and
it's
still
just a
come
ball.
back.
Fucking
I mean,
Deadpool, man.
he can't be beaten. He just gets a name from a board. He's like, what should I call myself? Captain Deadpool.
Yeah, I love that Captain Deadpool.
Captain Deadpool. Nah, Deadpool's amazing. If you've not watched it, you should.
Do you know
I
what's
don't
gonna be
really
shit
like
though?
the movies. I find the movies it's too long. See, if the movies were half an hour shorter, look at Stubz's face. But see, like they're too long. They're too long to hit you with that same joke over and over again, man. You're just sitting there like that with a dead arm. Like, aye, it was funny. No funny anyway.
I'm sitting there with a dead arm because it's Ryan Reynolds on the screen, man. My arm's been tired out since the first half hour. Fuck.
So I get
That's the
history
reason I've got a
boners,
dead arm.
and Stubbs gets fucking Reynolds boners.
All right, who does not over Ryan Reynolds, right? He is the sexiest man alive. I will have
He
you
is.
know.
I'll see when the Sky broadband advert came out, I almost went and bought Sky just for the fact of just in case Ryan Reynolds came in my house.
I mean,
Fuck off.
it's Ryan Reynolds, man. You never know. I bought Sky Internet. Hi, I'm Ryan Reynolds. I'm here to install your Sky Internet. What the fuck?
Would be
All
fucking
right.
fantastic.
That
Right.
would definitely make me buy it. All right.
Should we maybe go full on start into the podcast now?
Mate, the podcast's been
Aye,
going
enough
for
Ryan
15
Reynolds
minutes, man.
boners. Aye.
But aye,
We've probably
first
get
topic
the
for the
subject in.
podcast tonight
Right.
was
Cheers,
the
everybody.
communities are now gone on Twitch.
Cheers.
How do we feel about the destruction of communities?
Shite.
Total shite.
I've-
Hunners are shite, man. Like, you need a stream team now to be see the IndiScots page. It was a go-to for everybody. You could see all the streams. Do you know what I mean? The community pages were great because let's be honest, as affiliates, can't get anything like that. We can't get to the top of a directory. We can't. Do you know what I mean? It's hardly noticeable. But the way we were building IndiScots, people that were joining IndiScots streams were checking it, and do you know what I mean? It was easy to find and new. Twitch is still easy to work, but it's considerably harder to find all the IndiScots streams in one place now, and I just really don't like it. How do you guys feel?
I'm not a fan of it. I mean, it's especially the fact that every time you go live, you have to fucking redo them.
Redo the tags.
Why?
See,
Just
actually,
fucking keep
I've
them.
not used them yet. Like, literally not.
The tags are
I mean-
abysmal, man. They're absolutely abysmal. They're terrible. There's no even nationality tags. Do you know what I mean? So you can't even type in Scottish Do you know what I mean?
No,
That's-
mate. What happens is when
That's
I go live, it says English under my tab, and I just don't like it.
Ah, it's so
Is it actually?
annoying. I know it's like I know I speak English, right? But stop reminding me. Stop reminding me they've colonised me that much to the point where they've invaded my language and my brain. Do you know what I mean? It's like don't. Come on.
Speaking in
Twitch.
terms of language, this is actually just a subject, little tag I read online. Gaelic is growing.
Huh?
Gaelic is growing again.
Like-
After a recent survey,
I made
they
a
say-
point. I would like to learn Gaelic for
Haniel.
for one reason and one reason only, right? See the way when you go into like an Indian shop or a Chinese shop and they're talking Chinese or they're talking Indian and you don't know what they're talking about, and sometimes they're doing
I
it
do.
to. But see, sometimes like they're doing it to because it's not that they're doing it out of ignorance or something. Sometimes it might be a family matter that they're talking about that they don't want the shop to hear about, so they use their home language, which is, do you know what I mean?
That's fine.
I would like to have that. Do you know what I mean? I would like to have something like that.
Come here.
What? And,
They'll speak fucking Gaelic here.
and be the 41st person in Stornoway? That's not a bad
Aye.
idea.
At least they'll know your cousin.
Well, that's
Yeah, no,
true, mate.
actually-
That's true, man.
actually,
Hunters are birds up there, man.
No, I wouldn't say they're tiny.
I like
but
older
They all look like Stubzx. Every one of them looks like Stubzx. They've all got the beard. They're all bald.
If there's a wedding, it means that the whole island's going to be there. So it's a great communal thing. You'll meet loads
Aye.
of women.
Great for
Fair
small
enough,
communities, man.
Cousin.
But like my dad's first language actually was Gaelic.
Was it?
I didn't learn English till high school.
Mm.
The only Gaelic I know is Haniel Gaelicacum, which is I don't know Gaelic.
Do we know where Gaelic actually comes from?
Oh fuck! Get them out. There we
Gaelic
go.
comes from Gaul, the old Roman province of Gaul. When the Gauls were when the Gauls were forced out of Gauls, they went to Britain, conquered the Britannic peoples, and they moved up north and brought Gaelic with them. Because the Picts talked Pictish, and that was it. And the Irish talked Irish, and then the Scots talked Gaelic. The guys that came from France. So aye, there we go. And while we're stroking the history boner.
Oh Jesus!
I've got just a wee tidbit of history, just a wee cool tidbit of history. 50 years ago today, the Boeing 747 was revealed. There's the actual picture of it in 1960, or in 1968. The Boeing 747.
That is
Who's she in
fucking
the green?
ugly, man.
Look
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
my great
What's up?
picture.
Those
I'm
planes
looking
still
at the-
fly
the-
today.
the fucking-
Those planes
I'm
are
looking
still
at the one
fucking
light
flown
blue,
today, man.
What's up with all the stickers on the side?
That's what I'm
It's all the
thinking, like.
companies that
Sponsorship?
probably that was the very first reveal of that plane, and it's been the most successful plane in history, and it was projected to be the most successful plane in history. So that was all the companies, and that's all you. But look at the 1960s fashion. It's brilliant, ain't it, man? My granny was still
I might
kicking
love
about
that.
when shit like that in the 90s.
One light blue, man. Oh, she's my type.
But it's quite sexist. It's the 60s, isn't it, man? How they just like put the women in.
If
Put the women
anything
in
is
for the
reverse
views,
sexist, man. Where's the men?
Trust your
Where's the
mic's
men at
crackling.
work, isn't it?
Your mic's pretty crackle.
My mic's crackly.
Aye,
No.
crackle, mate.
Mm.
Your mic's been
Weird,
taking
weird.
lines.
Weird. Hold on.
Ah, technical difficulties, man.
Just continue to
Just
talk
talk
away.
about production quality as well. Just as we were
10
talking about
out of 10, man.
In other news, I farted.
Oh, that's
In
a
other
good one,
news,
man.
SMViper's got no trousers on.
That is true, actually. If the podcast had started mere moments earlier, you would have seen his cock swinging about.
You would have. It
It
would
was
have been.
like that.
Oh look, I'm Glasgow now. Oh look,
Mate,
nobody at all.
he's surprisingly fucking Viper, mate. That is. I see why you've got
You
the
know
name
why?
Viper.
That's his literal.
I see why you're called Viper now. It all makes sense.
I'm
Trust
the
us.
reason that history boners a thing. Hey Xaviera, how you doing? There's one actually. Today in the podcast, we are giving away two pairs of tickets?
Well, we're giving away one tonight.
We're giving away
Yeah.
one pair of ticket or one ticket.
One ticket.
We're giving away one ticket to Resonate tonight, guys. So if you haven't already, I suggest doing the exclamation mark
Trust.
ticket to enter yourself into the event to go to Resonate. This was modelled after SMViper's actual pubes. It was.
We call it you.
Xavier, if you
crackly,
win,
yeah.
that means you have to come to Scotland because the event's in Scotland.
It is indeed in Scotland. Aye.
She wins now. Does that mean I technically win?
No.
Because she'll probably give the ticket to me.
That doesn't
I
count.
mean, she
She's
can
gonna have to come.
she can feel free to do whatever she wants with the ticket.
Am I back?
Maybe she,
Am I back?
maybe she'll
You are-
roll
you're-
it up
well-
and snort something with it.
Is it still pure bad? Is it still really bad?
Aye, it might be your cable.
Fuck knows what it is, man.
My connection's good. Everything's good. I don't know.
No, I mean
Yes,
your cable is in like your actual mic cable.
No, it's fine.
Yes. Who knows what it is? We'll just roll with it for now. Fuck
Okay,
it.
let's go for it.
Is it like that? Can you see it? Is it crackly on stream?
Aye, because
no,
Yaldi pointed out. Aye.
Aye. Of course, Yaldi pointed out, man.
Fuck.
Fuck it. We'll just go with it. It's sound.
I'll bring you one of my old microphones.
Trust can use sign language.
Aye.
Aye.
Speaking of that, actually,
I
right,
don't know what that
do you
means.
think an emote like that would get banned on Twitch?
Aye, 100%.
No,
Wait.
because Americans do that for two.
Do they actually?
Aye.
Well,
Does he actually know what that means?
Sierra always does it all the time to me. She's like, "Oh, 1, 2," and I'm like, "Well, you flipping me off?" She's like, no, 2.
Because it all depends in context, right? Because I was thinking about making this my new emote.
Just fucking get it up, you mate.
That because in Scotland that's like a ah.
Look how
but
fucking
also-
white I am.
Look, there's a V.
What happens if I use the trust changer?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, what the?
Does it sound better if I use the trust changer? Is it
Chris has
crackly?
arrived.
Get the wig on. Get the wig on.
No, but answer the question, is it crackly when I use the trust?
Actually, oh wait, no,
It's-
just crackled there.
It's a wee bit.
It's my CPU. You should just do that. That's what's the problem, man.
Can he handle a mic?
I know. I need to get this new PC. This one's showing it's not good enough, man. But
Definitely.
I feel like we're gonna
Viper
win
was
this
talking
protection
about the
right now.
giveaway there. The
Oh,
giveaway.
Go your thing down, so it looks like you're in witness protection.
Aye, can you like make yourself a shadow or something like that? I
Like
did
that?
not touch those children.
All over your face, whole face.
Aye, Viper was talking about a giveaway. If you've been in the channel for 10 minutes, you'll have 20 eggs, and if you type in !ticket, you can enter the giveaway, and it'll get you a ticket for the giveaway. So get your tickets in, and we'll be ending the giveaway at the end. You're gonna, if you win tonight, it'll be 2 pairs of tickets you'll win for the Saturday, the 20th of October. No, it's 1 pair of tickets. Fucking
Is it
one
one
pair of-
pair or is it
One pair of tickets.
1 pair of tickets at the end of tonight, and 1 pair of
Total
tickets at the end of
2
next week as well. 2 tickets you'll win tonight for the
Right.
20th October. That's the Saturday of the Resonate Festival. And there's quite a few IndiScots going. Glasgow Gaming's going to see if he wins the giveaway, because he's a cheesy
I'm the
bastard.
same. If I-
And then
I
if
win,
he
I'll go.
doesn't, he's going to be coming anyway. So there's going to be quite a few IndiScots. The ones I know is me, Dacast, Pure Tonto Gamer, Absolute Scottish, and Glasgow Gaming. I know Just Galen's going to be there as well. So there's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
be
quite
there.
a few.
all going to be in the
Purely for the
line
banter.
for Syndicate.
So hold on.
I'm gone. There's Dacast in the chat there. What's happening, son?
Well, what's the dates again?
It starts on the
28th.
19th of October, 19th, 20th and 21st. So that's the 19th to Friday, 21st to Sunday, and we've got tickets for the Saturday, which should be the most popular day when everybody's going.
Yeah.
So that's why we've done it.
I will not be going. I was just seeing if I won the tickets, could I go? But no, I wouldn't have the money to go.
Well,
Next
actually,
year-
that's one thing I need to speak to you guys after the stream, after the podcast about.
Your
Okay.
penis?
God knows what I'm talking about.
Right. So the giveaway's happening at the end of the stream. We're going to be doing that. That's going to be fun. And there's going to be a couple of other giveaways we're going to be doing when we roll out the new logo. I have a 3-month expert license that I got with my new camera. I'm going to be giving that away, and I also have an HD 60S. We're going to be giving that away on IndiScots as well. So I think we're going to
We'll
be doing
also
the.
be selling Stubzx's nudes.
I think what I'm going to do is
okay, yeah, they're not free. I mean, never mind.
we're going to pre-record a podcast for Christmas as well. And we're going to be putting that podcast out on Christmas, and that's when the giveaway is going to be happening on Christmas. The podcast will finish on Christmas. We'll put a 10-minute stream up, a 10-minute live stream, and we'll do the giveaway straight after that for the HD 60 and Christmas. So it's like Christmas, there's Merry Christmas from IndiScots. Do you know what I mean?
Will we be live streaming the pre-recorded podcast?
The pre-recorded
Premiere.
podcast will be a Twitch premiere, and we'll all be sitting in chat.
I will try not to enter that contest because I wouldn't mind an HD 60s.
Mate, enter the contest if you want.
I need one
Alright,
so I can
but
start playing games on PS2.
I PS2. Boy, what the fuck?
PS2.
Well, I have a
the
PS2.
shit?
I don't think you can hook the PS2 up to the 60s.
Aye, you can.
Can you? Oh, well, I know you
Boys,
can.
get your can that isn't open.
Oh, the can
Oh,
isn't open.
Get your can that isn't open. Talking about IndiScots going a wee bit more professional and going up in the world, new logos and stuff. IndiScots is unofficially sponsored by Iron Brew, the best place and the best drink in Scotland. If you've not tried it, you need to.
Everybody with Iron Brew emote, get it in the chat.
Everybody, yeah, I'm on the IndiScots account and I don't have it on that.
So
Get
good.
your Iron Brew chat in chat, boys. Have we also heard that there's a new Witcher game coming out called Thronebreaker? It's a new artist. They're touting it as a 30-hour RPG game. It releases on the 23rd of October this year, and its pre-order is available right now. Here is the trailer, guys, if you want to...
I'll be getting that watched. I'd seen it trending, but I thought it was like the movie or TV show or whatever.
Here's the trailer for it there. I watched it earlier. There's no a lot in it. They're not letting much go, but it's about... it's the story basically follows. See how Geralt's known as Geralt of Rivia? It's telling you that story. How he became Geralt of Rivia.
Right.
And he's
I have a
like, he's
confession
working
to
for
make.
the Queen of Rivia. So he does something for the Queen of Rivia and inherits that title. That's that game. I'm going to be getting it. I'm going to be streaming it. I fucking love the Witcher games. It's
I
without
have
a
a
shadow of a doubt.
confession to
Going to be Yes, what's your confession?
I have never played a Witcher game.
Well,
Right. Once has
I've not played
can.
it either.
That's Stubzx. Right, Viper and... Right, that's same going. Right, Stubzx, it's me and you.
He fucking disabled him.
Oh man, if you've not played The Witcher, play The Witcher. You can start at The Witcher 3. They made it so as it's that you can enter into the series that way. The Witcher 1 was only released on PC, so you can only play it on PC. It's an isometric game. It's good, but it's not as good as the later ones.
The combat is fucking horrible.
The combat's pretty horrible in the first game, yeah. But the second game I've not played yet, and I really want to play. But
If anyone wants to lend
definitely
me
play The Witcher, mate.
a tenner, I will buy Game of the Year edition of The Witcher 3 and play it live on stream.
Mate, see
you know-
when you come to my bit on Tuesday to meet Thunder and do a wee stream, I'll hand you my copy of The Witcher.
What is it on?
PlayStation 4.
I'll happily take it.
Mint.
do you know what's my only problem with that new Witcher game coming out then?
What?
The fucking release date.
When is it?
3 days before Red Dead 2.
Red
That's
Dead
not
2
fair.
comes out on the 26th of October.
Yep.
Mhm.
Get it for my birthday then, Stubbsy, thank you. That's my birthday. I'll be 30 on 26th of October. That's
You
fucking
old
scary, isn't it?
bastard, man.
It's
Wow.
scary, isn't it, man?
You old
It's fucking
cunt.
scary, man.
I just find it really weird how one of my very good friends now is 30.
Fucking
not,
30 in October, man.
not the whole point of like, one of my best mates, more like 30. That number, 30.
Mate, it's just scary for me, man. It's even scarier for
Stubbs
me.
is like 46, so
I know, man. Stubbs, how did you get past 30, mate? How did you do it?
Great difficulty, yeah. I mean, it's still another 8 years away, but it's been a real struggle.
Put it this way, if we
no
ever get our own
22,
panel
mate.
at Comic-Con,
You're no 22. That wee bot
I
just
do not
kept telling you the
I
other
do
night in
not
your
believe-
chat. What was it? It kept saying, mate. You are not 22, mate. You are 46, mate.
why did you sound like a fucking bingo announcer there?
Because that's his wee bot in the
so
chat,
one-
man. You get into Stubbs'
yourself,
chat
man.
and you just type in mate like 10 times, and then type a wee message, and then type in mate 10 times, and it
My
just says
favourite thing
mate,
to do is just, like, spam the R button.
Right,
Just hold down
next,
the R button. It goes rah 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 rah.
right, next week I'm whipping out the ID next week. That's it.
He's whipping out the
Gotta be
ID on
done.
stream. Yes, finally. That's
I'm
my
still
full plan the
busy.
full
Aye.
time.
I'll have to
Speaking of Red
censor
Dead
some
Redemption
parts,
2.
but I.
I'm going to benefit from you, man. Yeah.
Speaking of Red Dead Redemption 2, they announced the online side of it.
What, is it got to be PvP in Red Dead 2?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Not
Carbona.
like Fallout 76, not like that.
Is it gonna be like
Kind of like
GTA?
basically
GTA
online.
yeah.
But there's no aeroplanes.
There'll be
No.
hawks,
Flying horses.
flying horse, Pegasus.
There probably will be. You know
A
what I mean?
fucking
There probably
unicorn.
will be. Because like I
Ah.
said, I was talking about it a few weeks ago. My basic experience of GTA Online, I played it a few years ago, and I'll not go back to it because it's too much pay to win, sort of the way it is now. But when I played it, you could only really go to the airport. That was all there was to do. Jump in the airport, do something funny, steal some planes, shoot some mans. Do you know what I mean? Like Red Dead's really fun as a single player, but I can't picture it. I can't picture it as a PvP game.
The original Red Dead
I'm
did
all
have
for it.
online. It was
But I
quite
can't
fun.
picture
eh?
it.
But I'm looking forward to the story. Just hearing about all the details in that game.
Who's going to be
19
the main
horses.
character? Is it going to be his
I
son?
think it's a completely different story.
All right.
Well,
New
no,
people?
John is in it. John Marston's in it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is
they
that a
posted
se-
pictures of him.
Is that like a pre-sequel
A
then?
prequel.
Aye.
A prequel.
Right, okay.
So it's about the gang that John Marston was part of before he left them, and all the shit that happened in Red Dead Redemption. So it's before that. You're part of the gang. You're sort of keeping them together. You're working with them. You're doing the heists. You're robbing people. You've also got Bonnie and all that. His whole family's in it. They posted a picture of them too. But yeah, there's
Oh, is
like
it?
19 horses. There's 200 different
What?
animals.
No.
There's and the details are amazing considering the balls of your horse shrinks when it gets cold. That is detail. They have physics on the horse's
What's
balls.
happened to him?
I think Triss called him off screen.
I'm pretty sure his dog's just shat on the flare again. I swear to God, if he shows me this, I'll never come back on the podcast.
Oh no, that's Triss. There she is.
Hi guys!
I
I'm
fucking
on
knew it.
podcast!
What's happening, Triss? How's it going, hen? How's it going?
He didn't want me on here, but I'm here now. Hi!
You didn't fucking lock him up again, did you?
Yes, he's in the cupboard. It's the only way I'm allowed to stream.
Did you tell him that the dog shat again?
No, because it's not. He's been a good boy today.
How's Thundercunt getting on with you?
He likes Trust better than me, I must admit. But I still love him.
It's alright.
He's get me doggy, man.
It's alright, we like you more than Truss anyway. None of us actually really like him that much.
He's a cunt.
Aye, we're
I
glad
don't
Truss is-
either, but he's. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Aye.
it's
I
crazy,
think
man.
his ego is very.
yeah, his ego. Yeah, his ego. Let's go.
He's
with
no
that.
Viper. He's no Viper, but
He's no Viper though. He's no me. I may be 5'6" in height, but trust me, I'm 5'6" there too.
Right, well, he gets
a
so
reason your
jealous when I
nickname's
talk to other
Kickstand.
men anyway, so I'm going to go get him out of the cupboard and let him come back. Nice talking to you guys.
alright, hen.
Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you later, hen. No worries.
I'll catch you on Snapchat later.
Fucking lung full of vapor there.
Also, since we're talking about Red Dead Redemption and single player games, right?
Who the fuck was she saying to you, man?
She said
she
she loves me.
She was yeah.
She offered to suck my peen.
Fucking
Aye.
hate it when she
She
puts
says
me in that
mine's bigger
fucking
than
cupboard.
yours.
She wants all of us, man.
She said she saw that moment I was running about in my boxers.
Party in the cupboard.
Did she?
Aye. She said she loved it.
She must have been hacked into the call, man. Her wank bank. Oh man, that cupboard, that's a fucking nightmare. And she does that. She's like, yo, Trust, you want to come in for some hanky panky? And then she just looks me in it and hijacks my stream. Like, what? Fucking
No,
Wait,
actually-
you were going to have some hanky panky whilst on the podcast?
mate, always, man.
It only
Anytime,
takes him 30
anytime.
seconds, mate. It wasn't going to be gone long.
He's not going long at all.
Have you seen
Yeah,
her? But she's gorgeous. Would you not take any chance of that?
Aye, we all would like.
Of course.
I'm
man.
just wanting to point out. Gracie's just pointed out in the chat there. Fucking imagine going into work one day and being told your job is to work on horse balls. There was somebody at Rockstar who went into work one day and they're like, "Right, boss, what am I doing today?" Well, the horse testicles are going to shrink, so we need you to draw up the art design for that. I need you to work on the physics so the horse balls shrink when it gets cold. Are you taking the piss?
Only Scottish people would go, you know what? We need to make this realistic. How are we going to do this? The balls shrink.
But to me, that was the headline everywhere. And as soon as I seen that, I was like, right, Red Dead is going to be the greatest game ever fucking made. When they've
Well,
gone
it's
to the
no time
detail
for
of your
Jackbox
horse's
shit.
balls stringing.
Can we avoid the ball talk?
We're talking footballs, mate. What are you talking about?
Speaking
Horses,
of-
footballs.
Anyway, speaking of Red Dead and stuff, and we were talking about, I've just fucking taken over the transitions here, haven't I?
That's fine. Go ahead. We're all
We
fucking.
were speaking about Red Dead and all that, and multiplayer and everything, and then Stubbs made the point of it's a great single player game. Just before the podcast, we
Such
were
a
all
bot.
talking. Mm.
Sorry.
We were just for the podcast. We were all talking about DLCs in the games, and was it me that brought up the point? My memory is shite. Was it me that brought up the point?
I can't.
It doesn't matter who brought up the point. What was the point?
But basically, we were talking games that are strictly single player, such as like Skyrim, like pure example, Skyrim, Spider-Man. Is there much of a point, or is it quote unquote, to lack of a better term, morally acceptable for them to then make DLCs?
Well, see, going back to like going back to Red Dead Redemption,
Yes
like Undead
and
Nightmare,
no.
and then you go to like GTA 4, and you've got DLCs like the Battle of the Gay Tony, the Lost and the Damned. They were fucking amazing. They were well worth it. They're like £15 or something like that back in the day to buy it. I'm more than happy to spend £15 to get an entire different game.
But what I'm saying as well is that games already have DLCs planned out, right?
Yeah.
And if they already know what they're going to make in the DLC, is it not just better to delay the game a little bit, put these bits back into the game, like put these bits into the game already, and then just charge a wee bit more for the game?
Like, I'm going to take you back to a point where you said earlier, right? You said you hadn't played The Witcher, which means you've not experienced the best DLCs
That's another one, yeah.
released ever on a fucking game. Do you know what I mean? The
would the
game
be
DLCs
better
for
if
The
it released
Witcher,
it
the DLCs for The Witcher, they didn't start making until the game was released, until the game was finished. They basically made fucking whole brand new DLCs. The first DLC will take you 30 to 40 hours to complete. It's a whole new story, everything about it. And then the second one is even bigger. You get a whole new fucking area, a whole new map, everything, man. It's like 60, 70 hours worth of play. And it's only like, Heart of Stone is the first one. That was 17 quid when it first came out. And Blood and Wine was the second one, and that was 35 quid when it came out. But it was almost The Witcher 4. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was the scale
I've
of
still
it.
not played through it.
But you got games like again, I'm going back to Skyrim, but that also had some of the best. Like Dawnguard was amazing.
That's those sort of DLCs are the ones that I love. Bethesda are brilliant at DLCs, or they were brilliant at DLCs.
Fallout
4 is still okay.
You had Nuka World, you had the Far Harbor.
Yeah.
Had I can't mind half.
I can't mind. There was a couple of shitty ones.
Would there not be more hype if, like, for example, with like Skyrim, when they were marketing, they went, cool, we've got all this. Not only that, but as you advance in the game, you get the ability to go to Solstheim.
Well, no, Fallout kind of done that similar. So what they done with Fallout 4 was they were like, we've got the game, but there's going to be 4 DLCs after. So in a way, yeah. See, Fallout 4 done it right. So they gave you a season pass. And then they realized that they're going to make more DLC than they thought they were going to do. And they were like, well, fuck, we're going to raise the price of the season pass in a month. So buy it now. Which I did. And I would say it was well worth it. 30 quid for all the DLC for Fallout 4. Like,
That's
fuck
nice
yeah.
of them.
That's brilliant.
But I think a season pass shows you an internal flaw in a company that I don't like. And that flaw is they're creating the DLC alongside the game. Right? And I really don't like that as a business practice. That's why I see the new God of War. I really can't sing its praises enough, right? Because it says when they released it, there's going to be no DLCs. This is the full game. And it's one of those games where you're like, right, cool. This should be the end of the game. I'm coming up on the end of the game. Alright, okay, I've got another fucking 2 or 3 streams to do before I'm at the end of the game. It just kept giving and kept giving and kept giving. So, like, there is games that, like, DLCs can be really good, but they can also be detrimental to a game as well. Because, like, see, The Witcher as well, like, there was so much time between the games that it would have been really good if that was all the one game. I would have waited an extra 2 years for that to be all one game.
I'm the same.
Do you know what I mean?
I would have waited on, like, Spider-Man, for example, right? Spider-Man hasn't released its DLCs yet, right? But see if they just put all the like, I'm telling you right now, I can, like, straight up guess that in the DLCs we're gonna get more villains and we're gonna get more, like, different storylines and obviously more suits. If they just stuck that in the game either way, in my opinion, it would make the world feel more, because in the game, you already face off against, you know, some of his top villains. They add more villains into that, maybe villains that he hasn't captured yet. It makes the world feel so much more alive.
Yeah. Yeah, but
No,
there's
see-
also
see-
there's also the point like see like I was saying maybe to wait the extra 2 years and then like for the Witcher DLCs that would make the Witcher like almost a total 200-hour game, right? There's also the burnout factor in that. So if they stagger the content, then you're much more likely to consume it all at one time. Do you know what I mean? Like rather than having that big massive game and going, oh, I fucking can't even put a dent in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I just feel like it's continuing to go, and so I think for that reason, like that's how they keep some of the bad guys out. Do you know what I mean? So as you don't feel like it's too far away, you're like, I want to fight him right now. Whereas if you don't know about him, and then it releases a couple of months later, you're like, oh, new baddie, no played that, yes, new reason to go back to Spider-Man. Do you know what I mean? That's also an argument for staggering DLCs.
But they could also make it then stagger with levels, because like again, I'm jumping between games here. Going to to Skyrim, right? If you bought the Game of the Year edition that came with Dawnguard, Hearthstone, and Dragonborn, I'm sorry, if you're a level 5 facing off against Merak, fucked.
Yep, I've done it.
Mm-hmm. If you're a level 5 facing off against the, you're fucked.
Yeah.
But in Skyrim, if when you reach, I think it's level 80, you meet a character called the Ebony Warrior, right? And you can only fight the Ebony Warrior after you reach a certain level. If they done that with DLCs, it would encourage people to play more, because they know the more they get good, the more their skills advance.
That's how they do Destiny.
But certain
That's how they do
certain games
Destiny.
have done it right, though.
Fuck the history board or the Destiny bonus.
Oh fuck no! Do not mention Destiny.
But that is how they build Destiny, man. That they
Unless-
put everything in the game, everything's there. You need to find it. If you can't find it, it's sure it can't find it. If you can't beat it, it's sure it can't beat it. You've not grinded enough. You've not done enough. Fuck, I was dabbing into the new Destiny dungeon last night, man, and I was like, holy shit, this is 590 like what? I was like, I'm not doing this, boys. I'm not high enough. So
I'm
there
not
is games like it.
also play Destiny.
Okay.
But Destiny's got so many DLCs. So many DLCs. Aye, we're done. We're finished with Destiny.
Certain games do DLC right. Like I would say Skyrim done it right. The Witcher done it right. There's some games that have like microtransactions and single player games. Go fuck yourself if you're one of those games. Don't agree with that at all.
Me too. I don't agree with it.
Shadow of War is the biggest fuck you
Yep.
ever.
Now going against what I said about how much I love Red Dead 2 and how amazing it is, they have a fucking heist that is a pre-order bonus if you buy one of the bigger editions of
That
the
is
game.
bullshit.
What the fuck is that, Rockstar? What is that? They've taken out a heist from the main game and they've been like, right, you want to pay a wee bit more for the game? Right, here you go. Here you go, have the heist. I said, well, what the fuck about the rest of us? And they say it was specifically made for that edition of the game. That is some shite DLC right there.
Do you know what was also shite as well? When
From a
EA
business
released
standpoint, it probably made them a lot of money. So for their
They
standpoint,
can go fuck themselves with
They
that shit.
could.
But that's do
That's
you know what I
bad.
mean? They're no like a lot of game companies on the in it for the game now. They're in it to make a decent game that people want to play, and then they're wanting to just it's a cashman, yeah. They're wanting to just hit it with a stick and the money to come out at me, and that's what they can do with GTA.
Rockstar used to be one of those companies that cared about the game. They used to actually care. They would take years to make these games, perfect them, make them so detailed to
That's
the
why
point.
there's a massive gap between GTA 4 and GTA 5. That's why there's a
And
massive gap.
then,
But
then
we
they
just
just
remember about in the past as well, Stubbs, when Rockstar were making their reputation and building their company, it was the people who had it's like at IndiScots the news here, we're all focused and we're on the same page, you know that. Well, see when a company gets big, outside people can buy in. Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden some rich guy buys a fucking 48% stake and needs to be listened to.
well, Take-Two Interactive own them, so
There's
yeah,
my
I
point
think it's
exactly.
Take-Two.
Do you know what I mean? So they've got a majority stake and they've got to be listened to. Rockstar's in the back trying to make their good games, and these guys are at the front trying to make money, and they own the more of the company, and that's just the sad fact of it.
I do understand that.
It's
It
a
was
sad
the same-
fact, but aye,
It was the same with Sam Raimi when he made the Spider-Man films. Is that when he wanted to make Spider-Man 3, he didn't want to put Venom in it. He didn't even want Harry in it. He just wanted Sandman. But because of the majority shareholders went, no, we want Venom. He had to put Venom in the film.
But that's what kills so many games, and that's what kills so many movies and everything. One of the main examples I can think of, especially with movies, is Kingsman 2.
Oh man,
Because
don't get me started on that.
Because the first one done so well, and then the company got involved and they were like, right, we're going to give you more money. We can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Do this. They fucking killed the movie.
We want Elton John.
Yeah, they killed the movie. And it's like, I really think, okay, yes, you're giving the money to these companies, but if you're going to give the money to them, fucking trust them. Don't go to them and go, right, we want you to do this, this, and this to make more money. And it's like, I feel like it's going to take the people that buy these things to stop actually buying them and protest and fight back. Hello, Thunder. to actually make the shareholders realize, because the thing is, like, if you're not buying the game and they're losing money, the shareholders are just going to be like, right, well, we need to do something to make more money. And the game developers are sitting there like, no, we need to actually make a decent game that's not chopped up into 6 little bits and sold as DLC.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, no,
even with
DLC makes money.
I'm pretty sure
DLC makes money.
Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the DLC was already in the game.
Which one was that?
It was behind a paywall.
Which game was that?
Star Wars Battlefront 2. Not the
I
old
think
one.
it was, yeah. Yeah, I think there's a few games I've done that. And Call of Duty got caught for that too, because if I remember right, Modern Warfare 2 had all the DLC on the disc, and then on the Xbox 360 anyway. And when you bought the DLC, there was like a 500 megabyte download, and that was apparently 5 maps. Nope. So I'll admit, this is back in my hacking days. There was actually a mod that I
dog
installed.
just fell off the back of the couch. I'm sorry.
Panic.
I just saw like
He's
his
not
paws
just
were
off
down
the
and
back
his
of the couch. There's a wee
He's
bit.
right there.
There's a
Oh
wee
my
bit.
god.
But
He likes
there
it
was
up
actually a mod that I installed for Modern Warfare 2, and it was just a small file that I had to put onto the console, and it gave me all the DLC from Modern Warfare 2. I didn't have to download them. I didn't have to put them onto the console. No, it was literally just a little file that activated it to get past the paywall. What the fuck is that? What's on a disc you should own. You should own what's on the disc.
You've bought the disc. You should own all the data on that disc.
In all reality, and I think Truss actually agrees with this to an extent, if you own the disc, you should be allowed to make copies of it. Not to sell, not to give away, but personal copies.
If you can prove that those discs are for personal use, so just like a backup, more than happy. But if you're gonna
again, back to Red Dead, I've had 3 copies of Red Dead. One I scratched. One my sister lifted up the Xbox to clean underneath it while I was playing the game, and I just heard grind. Picked it out, and the disc was fucked. So I had to buy 3 copies of it. I should have been able to make a backup if I wanted. At the moment, you just rent a game.
Well, isn't it now you can actually just install? Because I remember, I think on the 360 you could just install a full game onto a hard drive.
Yeah.
I think
it's kind of scary to think that, like, especially if you buy a digital game, one day Sony or Microsoft can just turn around and go, "You're not like that anymore." Actually, didn't Steam do that at one point?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know the story. I should have looked it up, but I think Steam got rid of a game that people actually owned.
Was it the Slaughterhouse or something?
I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I think there was. Maybe I'm totally wrong about that. But yeah, they can just completely remove the license if they want, and they're just like, "Nah, you're not allowed to play it anymore." You know, I think Xbox done it to me at one point too. They removed a game that I owned, and they're just like, "Nah, you no longer own it." It's like, what the fuck?
That's a bit pish, isn't it?
Well, I
Risk
think
of digital games.
maybe the way to get into this, right, is because you know how if, like, I think we talked about in a previous podcast, that if you buy a game downloading, you're basically buying a license to play the game.
Yeah.
And it's the same with a disc. Like, if you own the disc, then you own the disc with a copy and the license to play it. Maybe it should just be a case of the disc itself is the license, and if you are going to make copies of it, the license doesn't go over. Or the license only validates.
It's fine for
one
you to
copy
make a
game.
copy of your game as long as you're not going to sell it because you own the license to play it. As long as it's for personal use and it's you that's using the owner of the license that's using the game in any form, it's completely fine because you paid for it. You're not allowed to commercially profit from it. That's the law. It's
Well,
commercial.
that's the thing that I feel weird about. Like I put mods into Fallout 3. Okay, I also hacked the DLC on Xbox 360, but let's not talk about that because I got permanently banned for that one. But I also got banned once for installing like graphics mods and different little mods onto Fallout 3 on Xbox.
Aye. Aye.
And they banned me for that. I didn't. That's before I pirated the DLC and stuff. That was when I actually had a full copy of the game, where I could mod it on PC, but I had a really crap laptop at the time, so I couldn't run it. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna install mods on the Xbox. I got banned for it. I said, well, I thought I had the right to mod that if I wanted, as long as I wasn't stealing from them.
Mm.
I guess not.
But let's take a wee bit away, right? And then let's talk about how the new podcast's been set up. There's been a change to the podcast set up recently, guys. It's going to be myself, Stubzx, and SMViper. We're going to be here every week unless one of us can't, but we'll be here most weeks, and we're going to have somebody else on in the guest slot, which is there. The Glasgow Gaming's in this week.
Will we be pre-announcing this as like a monthly thing?
It would be good to announce who's going to be on the podcast maybe a week before, but I don't. I think a
If
month
possible.
before is too much to ask. And the other thing, guys, if you've got any questions that you would like to ask us, there's another chat room at the top. If you click into it, podcast questions, you can ask us a question. I'm going to take a question from there right now. Ciara asks, do you know a Scottish person that doesn't drink Iron Brew? Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. And here's a picture of him drinking Iron or kissing Iron Brew, the turncoat little fuck.
Actually, my dad doesn't drink it. That's the only person.
He was drinking Coca-Cola out of an Iron Brew can. Trying to
Fucking
disguise it.
traitor! Arrest him. Get him off the fucking screen.
So
A fucking traitor, man.
my younger brother doesn't drink Iron Brew. He prefers Coca-Cola. He
That's why
drinks
he's no longer your younger
Coca-Cola
brother.
the way I drink Iron Brew.
He is floating down the Clyde.
What about you? Do you guys know anybody who doesn't drink Iron Brew?
Well,
dad.
I'm going to say I think I'm the reason that Vanessa drinks more Iron Brew than she ever did.
Good man. Good man.
But it's
Good
because
man.
it's all I fucking buy.
It's fucking brilliant, that's how. Iron Brew, unofficial sponsors of IndiScots, Scots with soap.
Can we just email Bar and be like, look,
We have.
just
We
Told us to
have.
fuck off.
did they actually?
No. They were like, we can't enter this just now. They're like, mate,
Man can't
you've
make
got
it.
10 viewers on Twitch, shut your holes. It's pretty much
Well,
it. You
mate-
can understand, do you know what I mean?
Like,
But
yeah,
it's
when
like
get
we say,
100 viewers,
unofficial sponsors. We can
Unofficial
always promote.
sponsors until it's
not
enough.
sponsored, we just love.
Yep,
Aye,
we
there's
can
this-
always declare
it's-
a love
it's
for Iron Brew.
Unofficial.
Everybody, join in. Endorse us. Endorse us.
Can we ban
Endorse
Madcap?
us.
Can we ban Madcap?
At least time on it.
I'm
He doesn't
not.
drink
Yeah,
Iron Brew.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
Fuck it,
we
aye.
can
For that
purge that
comment,
chat. We can purge that chat. Aye, 100%.
Just for that comment.
We can't have
There you
Iron
go,
Brew hate in the chat.
Madcap.
Aye, we'll allow that.
You only drink it when you have a hangover, cowboy. It's a good hangover cure. It's the worst hangover cure when you were drinking Iron Brew with your whiskey the night before.
Oh, mate, aye.
And you got up the next morning and you're like, oh, I can't Iron Brew. And you're like, oh, just taste the whiskey, man.
When I was on holiday once, me and my dad went out, and the night before, and we got absolutely fucking lashed, right? And the day after, we were in Malta, right? No, we weren't. We were
Where
in
were yous?
Tenerife.
Fucking Mr.
Doesn't
World.
Doesn't even know where he was.
But
That's how pissed he was.
I go. I was
Fell
that pissed,
asleep
I
in
woke
Malta.
up
I
in a
woke up in
different-
Tenerife.
But like I got out, like I woke up the next morning. I was, and
That's how I'm
And
every
then-
morning.
I hear a knock on my door, and it's my dad, and he goes, "I've got something for you," and just get out, open the door, didn't even look. He plops a bag next to me. There was a corner shop down the road in Tenerife that sold Iron Brew,
Yeah.
and he opened it up. And have you ever seen a child being given like a whole cake? Their face just goes like,
Aye, it sounds like Christmas Day or something. Just like, oh. Was there a big glow of orange light coming out of the bag and everything?
like I saw that, and like my eye welled up. I was like, You have brought me the same. Not even that. He found thick cut bacon.
Oh,
We had a bacon roll.
mate, I've not ate yet, man. Can you
Can
just chill out with the food, man? 'Cause
I've
I'm
got
starving.
meatballs sitting next to me in case I got hungry.
Was that the Swedish meatballs as well?
Is that just a
they're
bag of meatballs?
banging.
What?
They're pre-cooked meatballs and they're fucking quality.
Oh,
Mate,
I've seen
they're
them at Scots.
dynamite, man.
There's
Trust me, they're
Todd
amazing.
there and chat. What's happening, son?
There's the traitor right there.
We pop up on stream and everything,
John, don't
man.
get out, you filthy coke drinking bastard. At least he's not
But
sniffing it.
Wait,
Seen
does
it
he
as-
drink Coke?
Seeing as how there's different people here for the start of the podcast, guys, IndiScots got a new logo. We decided to cut Stornoway out because there's only 40 people in it. It doesn't matter that Stubzx lives there.
Their Lord and Saviour living there, but alright.
But how good does this
It's the
fucking
hygiene
logo look,
location.
man? How good is that logo, man? It is fucking. It is just sex, man. It is just sex. Right. But on that note, we are going to close the giveaway. We're going to close the giveaway and see who's going to win the first pair of tickets for Saturday the 21st at Resonate. Stubzx, click that fucking button, mate.
And the winner is Viper.
SMViper wins the giveaway. There we go. Viper gets these 2 tickets. So there you go, guys.
We're going to Resonate on 20th.
So that's 2 more IndiScots that are going to be
40
there.
tickets.
There's going to be, I'm going to be there, Glasgow Gaming's going to be there, Dacast, Pure Tonto, Absolute Scottish, Viper and Vanessa now. And we're going to be doing the giveaway again next week, guys, for another pair of tickets to Resonate. So get in it. Open the giveaway back up again, Stubzx. Just open it straight back up, man. Just start
Yes.
Start it again.
Well, it's alright, Xavier. We'll just pretend that we got the gifts from you.
You can copy the giveaway and just run it straight away. Just run it again. And we're going to be going straight into Jackbox after this, guys. So if you want to play some Jackbox, draw some funny drawings with us. If you want to draw a penis, please draw a dolphin. We'll see you all in 5 minutes. Thank you for watching the Scots We Sold podcast. This week we had Glasgow Gaming, SMViper and Stubzx with us. I've been Cod Ate My Dog and we'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's copy it.
That was one of the most successful podcasts we have. We topped at 20 viewers.
Is the podcast done?
It froze again.
I
Hey.
want somebody to get up in my boxers.
His PC, can he handle it?
Need a new PC. This one
The
shite.
Trust PC funding.
Before we leave the call, right? This episode that's getting pre-recorded, right?